Okay, hello everyone. It's Monday morning. Forgive the late non-weekend update. It's a Monday morning update, obviously. Um, uh, busy weekend. Just didn't get around to it. So, all right. So I thought I'd fill you in on Monday. The markets are open. It's 11 a.m. here in Ireland, and London is obviously kicking away. And so far, so good. Right. So I'm going to start on crude today and just walk you through the interesting alternate that's, I think, after this morning, probably looking quite likely at this stage. Okay, so I'm tracking this triangle in a possible wave 4. Wave 4 could be complete here in a complex flat or in this ongoing triangle here. And what we've got in the triangle so far is the triangle now is the alternate count as we stand. So we're still bullish, but if this triangle works out, then we'll see corrections for another week or so, and then we'll head up in wave 5. But so far, the alternate triangle has wave A, B, C, working on wave D, and then we'll get a higher low wave E, which will set up for wave 5 up to the 63 minimum target 63. So the reason I'm kind of thinking that the triangle is more likely here at this stage is because this little internal move here in what I'm calling a possible wave 2 is looking quite like an expanding triangle. An expanding triangle would more likely be in the position of either a fourth wave or a B wave. And because this expanding triangle is in the position of the alternate 3-wave movement, which would be a B wave, well then I'm kind of shifting a little bit on my feet here towards the alternate count here of the contraction triangle. Anyway, this is the one to watch over this week. Do we get another? Well, so far we've got a run up towards the trend line. Do we get a kind of a run into the high 57s, low 58s, and then spill down again in 3 waves to a higher low above this 56 low here? That's the question. We should probably know by Tuesday evening, I reckon. If obviously if this bullish count, the operating bullish count takes over, then we'll get a third wave up and we'll get a nice impulse move up in wave 3, a possible wave 3 of 3 even, and we'll get a move above resistance, and that will rule out this alternate triangle. But for now, the thing to watch is get in here to a price. Do we get a kind of a pop to 58 and then a spill down again in 3 waves to a higher low around 56? If that's the case, then we'll have a very tight, very low risk kind of stop loss there, and a very attractive possibility for wave 5 blue. Anyway, so that's what I'll be watching this week. So let's crude covered. Let's get on to gold. Let's get rid of that scribbles. It makes absolutely no sense in this market. So gold, I see that we've got a possible 5 waves up. Sure, with 5 waves up completed in pink labels here, with a contraction triangle wave 4 here. So we see A, B, C, D, and E completed wave 4, and then a pop to wave 5. Didn't hit the initial 1263 target that I had, which was a previous wave B, I think, or sorry, a previous wave A, and it didn't hit resistance. So the real trigger point for me is that resistance. So far, we've got 3 waves down, possibly complete wave 2. We've got a nice little pop this morning again, but this could work out to be a flat. So 3, 3, and 5 into maybe around the previous wave 1 area. So 1245. That's another possibility to watch. The action around the high here at 1263, or sorry, around the high at Friday's high was around 1261. So the move after 1261 is really crucial here now. For the moment, I think we're getting a pretty decent signal here that that the market has bottomed. I'm saying that quite tentatively here because I know that I have a lower target of 1205, I think it is. But the fact that we've got a nice 5-wave move up and a kind of tentative 3-wave move down, it does point us in the upward direction again. And obviously a clear break of resistance then will set us up for I think a good bullish, a good long run higher in gold, and that's what I'll be watching over this week. Do we get this completion of the signal and a run up in a possible third wave? So I'm already in gold for a long time. I think, gosh, over possibly a year now at this stage. But for those of you who wish to, who are still holding off and who wish to kind of get in, this week is going to be crucial in the gold market. I know I've been pointing to a kind of a turning tide in gold over the last while. But last week was the first price signal that we've got in favor of that kind of slowing downside momentum. So the thing to watch in gold is a break of resistance in a possible third wave, and that's what I'll be watching over the next couple of days. Or on the flip side of that, an extension lower in this a possible larger second wave, which is also very possible. Alrighty, let's move on to stocks. And so far, the futures have gone higher. I've been tracking this 5-wave move up here in a possible wave 5 of 5 of 5 of 5 of 5. I crack myself up every time I say that. But needless to say, this is, as far as I can tell, the very end of the very end of the very end of the final wave. We've had an extension after an extension after an extension higher, and obviously the incessant bullishness of the market right now has been hard to beat. It's been hard to turn down. So for this week, I'm just going to kind of wait it out and see, do we get a completion within a trend channel? That would be the first indication, let's say, of a top in process or another potential top. We've got 3, 4, an expanded flat wave 4 blue there. Again, I'm looking for a kind of a pop into the upper channel there again, upper trend line. Could be up around the 24,890 region, so another 100 points or so. So let's see how that trails out. Let's see how that let's see how that wave traces out and see if we get another turn down. The implication was, or the indications were, that we'd get a Christmas rally into the high. But kind of poetic justice, really, if it did complete in or around Christmas. So for stocks, again, we're just watching the end of this, I think, 5th extension in a row at this stage. We'll see how that works out over into the new year. So dollar yen, so far, we've had this wave 1 up and a possible expanded flat wave 2, and this morning, the overnight session bottomed and it created a nice pop. We didn't get a break of 1287 yet, nor did we get a break of the previous wave 1 high there. And that'll be the initial signal that I'll be looking for at a lower, say a higher low at one lower degree. So far so good. I mean, that could be a minor third wave and a fourth, and maybe a triangle fourth, and one last push up above this previous wave 1 high might complete 5 waves in one. So by this evening, we should know a little bit better where dollar yen sits. Okay, so needless to say, the dollar yen is looking quite bullish for the medium term now. So Pound dollar sold off into this morning. We've had a little bit of a correction. This as the session opened. Well, no, actually, sorry. Off the open, we've had a little bit of a correction higher. Could be a possible wave 2, and that's what I've been watching for. So again, the alternate count still stands here, and it hasn't been disproved yet. Obviously, this key support down here at 130.25 is the main, is my mainstay. That's where I've been pointing to for a few weeks now, as to the confirmation point for the larger turn down into trend again. So far, we could have 1 2 1 2 and maybe a 1 2. So could be a series of 3 1 2 rallies to the downside, or sorry, impulse move to the downside. Again, we have this spike low here of the previous wave 4, 132.20. Let's see if we get a break of that today. It would be nice to see a completed 5-wave pattern in wave 3 to start this downtrend off again. And as I said before, you know, we're kind of sitting on a fence here on pound dollar and on euro dollar. So wait and see moments, I think. So euro dollar, after this morning's action, we've had a nice little pop off the low here, and so that kind of completes a 3-wave move to the downside, which complicates matters. It complicates matters a little bit in the fact that I wanted to see further declines below support. So again, like much like pound dollar, the alternate count is still, you know, it's still raised its ugly head, and we may well see a rally above resistance again. It all kind of hinges upon these support levels. This previous wave B support at 117.12. The market has tried to test that 3 times now, and it just hasn't given. So we could be seeing 5 waves up. I know I've labeled that as a wave C, and you would expect 5 waves in a wave C, but on the flip side of that, we could be seeing an impulse pattern to the upside, 5 up and 3 down, and that would suit the alternate count better. Again, for the alternate count, we're looking at a rally up into and probably above resistance at 120.90. Again, a little bit on the fence here. Need to see further action to kind of support either the operating count or the alternate count. I think if we get a break of 118.60 again, I'll be switching to the alternate count here. So that's one to watch over probably the completion of today and early tomorrow, early Tuesday. Okay, so that's a run through the 6 markets. We'll know more tonight, and I'll fill you in after Monday's trade. So happy hunting, and we'll see you later on today. Bye-bye.